Hello, I am Susan Curtis, and today I am going to read One Small Lost Sheep by Claudia Mills, and the pictures are by Walter Lyon Credpup. A long time ago, on a starlit night, a little shepherd boy named Benjamin was out in the windy hills above Bethlehem searching for one small lost sheep. The rest of his father's sheep huddled safely together near the other sheep watched over by the other shepherds. But Benjamin's own best-loved lamb, lame from birth, had strayed from the flock. Benjamin scrambled over the rocky hillside, calling his name, Kifsa, Kifsa. Brambles tore at Benjamin's bare knees, but he kept on climbing. Kifsa. He thought he saw some white wool up ahead and turned toward it, but it was only a piece of rough woven cloth dropped by some passing shepherd. Where could Kifsa be? So many dangers could befall a small sheep all alone in the night. The rocks were slippery and jagged. Even a sheep who wasn't lame might stumble. Hungry wolves lay in wait. A large hawk might attack a lone sheep, helpless and unexpected. Benjamin struggled not to cry. He had taken care of Kifsa since her birth. As a sickly newborn, she had sucked on his fingers dipped in milk. From then on, she had followed him everywhere, limping behind him almost as quickly as if her crooked hind leg had been strong and straight. At night, she slept curled next to him so that he felt her warmth through his tunic. Benjamin pressed on, hardly knowing where to look. His legs were scratched and bleeding from thorns and thistles. In the sky above, one star shone brighter than the rest, but its light didn't lead him to Kifsa. Kiev, Benjamin called once more. Then he dropped down onto the nearest rock and wrapped his arms around his knees. He cried until he fell asleep. When Benjamin awoke, the night seemed different somehow. The sky was oddly light, yet Benjamin sensed that dawn was still far away. He rose and began to trudge back to his family. Maybe Kifsa had found her own way there by now. When he finally reached the shepherds, one glance told him, no, Kifsa had not returned. Benjamin, his oldest brother, David, came running to meet him. Did you see it? Kifsa, I couldn't find her. No, the stars and the sky, it opened up, and there were angels singing the most beautiful song. Benjamin stared at his brother. He had never seen David so excited. Bewildered, he shook his head. I fell asleep. I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. A whole chorus of angels singing just to us. I can't believe you missed it, David said. Well, I did, Benjamin said crossly. It seems so unfair to have lost Kifsa, and then to have slept through such wonderment. The others crowded around Benjamin, telling the same astonishing story that David had just told. Benjamin interrupted them. "You haven't seen Kifsa, have you?" No one listened. No one but Benjamin seemed to care about one small lost sheep. The angels brought news that a king was born, Benjamin's father told him. "Just now in Bethlehem, a king in our own village." "We must go to see him at once," a man called out. More voices took up the cry, "We must go to see the new king." The shepherds began heading down the hillside, rousing their sleeping sheep to follow. Benjamin let the crowd carry him along, but as he went, he strained for eyes for a glimpse of Kifsa. When they reached Bethlehem, the shepherds stopped as if uncertain where to go. The angel said we would find the king in a stable, Benjamin's father said. "But which one? There are so many stables in Bethlehem." He sounded almost angry. Suddenly, Benjamin's heart clenched like a fist. From the distance, he heard the bleat of a young sheep. Could it be Kifsa? Benjamin pushed past the others and ran on ahead, down the dark street lit by the strangely bright star. He heard a second soft baa, turned the corner, and then saw her, not 10 feet away, in a broken down stable. Kifsa stood near to a wooden manger that seemed to glow, as if all the stars in the heavens had given it their light. Beside her stood other animals. Benjamin recognized from the village Isaiah's blind ox, his massive sightless head bent low, a half-starved donkey beaten and neglected by his master, an old goat stooped with age, missing one ear. Benjamin drew close to Kifsa, his throat thick with tears of joy. Then he saw the newborn baby lying in the manger, warmed by the breath of the animals gathered there. Behind the manger, he saw a man and a woman, too. They smiled at Benjamin, a gentle, welcoming smile. Wordlessly, Benjamin dropped to his knees. He knew without any angels to tell him that this was the newborn king. Then the other shepherds were behind him, kneeling too. Kifsa crept beneath the folds of Benjamin's cloak. She lay quiet, her breath soft and warm against his chest. Benjamin heard the angels now, but this time they were singing inside his heart. I hope you enjoyed the story of one small lost sheep that led Benjamin and the other shepherds to see the newborn king.